遅かったですね。待ちましたよ。
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 57 of our Girls Bar Line 2 session. Today's session is going to be pretty straightforward. We're just going to finish off the Aphelion part 2 story. And that's honestly it. I've already done all the dailies and Gunsmoke and everything beforehand before I went live, so I'm going to have to waste time on that. Hey Shark. Welcome bro, how are you? You just wake up? But yeah, that's going to be today's stream. Hopefully, we've got plenty of time to get through. I'm pretty sure we'll finish. We're gonna finish it tonight. I think it'll be at a very well pace as well, where it won't feel like it's draining or anything. But before we get into it, while other people might still be making their way, we'll just do a quick Path Forger, just while people still might be coming in, before we get right into the story. Bro, I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. I just press buttons and hopefully I get first. That's what I've been doing. Like, I kind of get it, but I don't understand why anyone would want to bother with this. I don't know. Like, maybe if it was like with your friends or something, it could be like a little Monopoly game. But it's I don't know. It's like random. It's like AI as well, so. And this one's a bit more involved than the previous one. You actually kind of have to think about what you're doing compared to the previous one. Because you first think other people, I think that's why it's better. I might not even win this. I've lost it a few times. You gotta pay just a tad bit more attention. Huge. Bro, I'm killing it this one. So much points. Bro, I'm so rich, holy crap. Making bank on this one. I like the little the chibi crying one. It's kind of cute. Alright, cool. It's done. And with that, let's get right into the story. But before I do, let me just put the music up. So sound, video is fine, voice is good at 20, sound effects, so put the music to 20. I think 20 was where it was last time. Alrighty. After contacting the Survey Corps, Andorus tells me about the hole they found and 404's lack of power. Following Dimitri's orders, 404 returns to the wind tunnel where the Survey Corps are. Are we giving up on that hole? We've checked all the other tunnels. That might be our only way out. But we don't have enough power to widen it. Even without the big gun, we can probably dig it out by hand, right? It beats just giving up and waiting for death, right? We don't have the luxury of doing that. Mangi's security and Bluesphere might attack at any time. Based on her transmission, we don't have much longer left. In addition, we don't have any tools we can use, and digging by hand isn't a realistic option either. So, previously it was basically they were stuck in the tunnel, and Bluesphere made a negotiation with us to come out and surrender, and now we're trying to basically figure out how to leave without giving into Bluesphere's demands, I think was what I remember from yesterday. But wouldn't it be better to have someone watch over it? What if Mangi sends someone in through it? We installed proximity sensors on every tunnel entrance we could find, so we don't have to post sentries. Rather than waste time and effort on that hole, we should meet up with the Survey Corps and come up with another plan. Leader, Kukai, I'm still a little worried about the stuff we discussed earlier. I know Mr. Dimitri asked us to take the chip and recorder while staying behind to cover our retreat. And you and Mr. Dimitri basically came to the same conclusion just now. But I can tell that he's still hiding something. I'll keep an eye on the chip and recorder. The rest of you should stay alert. If they do turn on us, fall back to the regions with higher particle density. Their suits are damaged and they're probably low on ammo. There's no way 404 could lose to people like that. The other $3 nod. Now keep quiet, we're almost there. 404 returns to the tunnel where the Survey Corps is waiting, and they discover the troopers sitting around a patch of empty ground, quietly discussing something. Larian, you see this position? After this, take your guys and break through. Ignore everything else. I'll do my best to keep the fighting focused in the other direction. You think it'll work? Depends on your luck. All we can do now is take a chance. I hope things don't get bad enough that we actually have to do it. Got it. Once we're done, we'll head back ASAP to support you. Yeah. After handing assignments, Dimitri looks up to see 404 and signals them to come over. What are you doing? Kai studies the patch of empty ground. It is covered with salt from the tunnels. There is a simple map and various symbols drawn on it. The upper left part of the map has been circled for emphasis. Yeah, it's not something you tin cans would understand. This is the defense plan. We use the environmental data you sent back to make a rough sketch of the surrounding terrain. This way, we can set up ambushes around the areas with lower radiation density and ambush those Mechty security guys. We weren't just sitting on our asses while you guys were out. Dimitri taps the circle part of the map and writes an F there. The guy looks at the map. Wait, are you going to fight Mechty security head on? Damn straight, we're going to teach them a lesson. Our remaining supplies cannot support an assault like this. We'll be going up against Mechty security and Blue Sphere, whose fighting power is an unknown. The plan is foolish and I do not approve of it. Wasn't asking for your approval. We weren't expecting 404 to fight anyway. During this time, head back to that hole you found and escape through there. You dolls have neural cloud cores or something, right? That ought to count as evidence too, right? So be careful on the way out. You can lose as many arms and legs as you want, but don't damage those brains of yours. True, to an extent. We don't have the firepower to widen that hole. Even if you can hold off Mechty to buy us time to retreat, it's still unworkable. After hearing Klukai's answer, the Survey Corps troopers laugh. What do they get evidence of though? And like, what? I guess Paradis, right? And make it widespread information that Paradis is back, I suppose. The Sarge was right. He even managed to get her response down perfectly. I told you, right? She's a total stick in the mud. There's no way she could have come up with a plan like that. You see now, don't rely too much on a machine's processing. In the end, the human brain is more useful. Good thing I didn't bet on that with you, Sarge. Otherwise, I'd have lost that last crate of vodka under my bed when we get back. Hey, what are these guys talking about? Are they making fun of Big Sis? I guess they are, although she is kind of a stick in the mud. Andorra, stand back. I'm sure Big Sis will get mad if they keep making fun of her for another minute. No, another 30 seconds. But fighting is bad. As they see Klukai's face turn more and more grim, the Survey Corps troopers manage to settle themselves down in time. Had enough fun? Would you mind telling me about the rest of your plan now? Can't widen that hole because you don't have enough power, right? If you don't have it, then just find it. Power supply to the sanatorium has been cut off. There's still some natural gas and gas lines, but we haven't found a machine transformer for them, which means we can't make use of them. How is that a problem? You need power? We've got it in spades. Saying so, Dimitri points to the military backpacks off to the side. Are those batteries? Yep, of all kinds, and they have all universal interfaces. Take everything you can use. But where did you get all these batteries from, Mr. Dimitri? Did you? As she thinks of what the answer might be, Andorra quickly glances at the protective suits that the soldiers are wearing. Just as she expected, most of the indicator lights on their suits have gone grey. Only a few people, including Dimitri, have lights that are still on. Mr. Dimitri, unable to compute what the troopers might be thinking, Andorra's neural cloud crashes. What the heck? You're probably making some pointless calculations again, right? What is it now? You think we'll surrender to that BLYATBALLS or something? Just look at you, your weapon safeties are off. You think we're going to flip everything up at the last minute with some desperate struggle that'll end up getting us all killed? Don't get mad, Mr. Dimitri, just hear me out. I'm terribly sorry. Andorra, why are you just admitting it? After taking in the doll's reactions, Dimitri laughs scornfully. Save it. There's no way tin cans like you could possibly comprehend the choices we humans make. Logic isn't everything. Your hard-coded definitions of victory and defeat don't apply to mankind. And besides, do you actually think we'd let you walking calculators know if we actually wanted to trick you? Don't look down on us humans. It's precisely because humans are so unpredictable that we're so wary of them. What, you expect me to praise you for that? Forget it. Arguing now would be a waste of time. Just take the batteries that you can use. Don't go making excuses later on because you can't blast a hole in that tunnel. But you'll be in great danger. Without their power supply, your suit's protective effects will be greatly reduced. Please, we've been guarding the Great Wall Railway for many years now. We know these things inside and out, and definitely better than you. We're both low on firepower, and you're still going to weaken your defenses now? You must be. Flippin' insane. Well, you can blame this flipped up world for that. This time, Dimitri doesn't bother arguing for Kukai. Instead, he decides to roll with what she's saying. He once said this place used to be part of the NSU, with fields and roads and cars. People lived in towns close to the land, under a blue sky and surrounded by green as far as the eye can see. Well, we weren't born in those times, and we sure as flip didn't see any of that. The only thing left now is desert. Kukai seems confused. She's not sure what he's trying to say. He saw those people in the settlements on their way here. All they can do is hide in their shitty little houses, waiting to die of old age, sickness, or from being eaten by wandering elites. That's the yellow zone. That's what life here is like. But there are things in the green and white zones that... But are things in the green and white zones that much better? The entire flipping world is like this. Once, we lived all over this land, but ever since those flipping collapse particles spread everywhere, all we could do was huddle in our shelters without taking a step out, and even though... Dimitri's voice suddenly fills with anger. Even though we're all stuck in our holes, there are some brainless, blind flippers out there who love their luxury prison cells and want to stay in them forever. Maggie Security, Paradise, and whatever flipping Fabin is funding them. We need to do something about those bastards, otherwise we won't be able to live with ourselves. That's right, those bastards need to pay. You know, I once thought that General Carter was gone, the NSU was gone, and that any point in being a soldier was gone with them. But you know what? This purification project crap, though it sounds sketchy as hell, it's actually managing to slowly take back what used to belong to us, to all of mankind. That's what I saw during all my years in the Great Wall Railway Forces. So regardless of what I believe or what kind of state the NSU is in, protecting it is my duty as a soldier. Hell, as a human flippin' being. And besides, this NSU land I'm standing on right now, I once said I'd do anything to protect it, and that hasn't changed one single bit. Dimitri's words fire up the soldiers around him. This crude and brutish sergeant is used to having his actions speak for him. He's berated every man before, and he has also stood at their head to lead them. Everyone here knows that there's a fire burning in his heart, and they never once knew where his anger came from. Perhaps what drove Dimitri to depression wasn't the destruction of his ideals, being rejected by the people around him, or the things left unsaid with his friend that he would never get to resolve. He was deeply unhappy with this world, and yet he loved it dearly, bro. Hashtag relatable. Actually, I feel you, bro. There was no way someone as passionate as him could sit back and watch the world march to destruction without feeling a thing. And naturally, he hated himself for being too insignificant and too weak to do anything about it. Bro, this Dimitri's actually a pretty complex guy. But ever since he joined the armed forces and pledged to protect the Neo-Soviet Union, he has never once put down the gun in his hand or his heart. His words remind the men of the Survey Corps of the oath they took once they swore to join the NSU army to help push forward the purification project, but every time things had not turned out like they had wanted. Like, he's not just some jarhead soldier, he's actually got a level of self-consciousness that he thinks about and contemplates, like the greater picture and the state of the world and his life and everything. He's a bit of an existentialist. But even if things do not turn out as planned, as long as they can do what they can for the sake of their oath, it will serve as the kindling for the flames of hope, the bedrock on which civilization will be rebuilt. This vast land will bear proof that they have existed. Nobody knows who was the first, but one by one the troopers straighten up, solemn looks on their face before looking toward Dimitri and saluting him. This is not a rational decision. Even without taking Blue Fist combat power into consideration, the men of the Survey Corps cannot face Mangi security. The only way you'll accomplish your mission is if 404 stays behind and engages them, otherwise you'll just be throwing your lives away. I told you right, for humans, victory doesn't abide by the definitions you have in your heads. What's winning, you ask? For us, it's making sure you guys can get that ship out of here. Being able to give those arrogant bastards a good spanking would be a nice bonus. I repeat, according to your plan, the probability of Hyde 404 successfully evacuating with the chip is, at most, 24%. Meanwhile, the probability of the Survey Corps perishing is 100%. My calculations aren't wrong. It's not too late to change your plan. What's this? A machine trying to point out the flaws in my logic? Do I look like an idiot to you? I do not understand what you're trying to say. Fukai's tone is a little stiff, but the look in her eye says she isn't going to back down. You don't want to admit it. Alright then, tell me. If 404 stayed behind to face the enemy, what's the probability of the servo core surviving and getting out of this place with the chip? Not even 5%, right? We're going to die if we stay. But does that mean we'll live if we go? These are our lives, and we get to use them any way we like. So don't worry about pointless crap, you tin cans. And besides, if we let you tin cans handle the fighting, you just run up and bash your heads into those guys, right? What you need now is tactics. You have to be tactical. Got it? We will adopt the most ideal strategy. Don't have to worry about that. The most ideal strategy? Those Mangi guys have a doll too, you know. You think her processing power is that much worse than yours? If you think up a plan... Excuse me. If you think up a plan based on whatever data you have, they can do the same. Then you'll lose the initiative and they'll beat you like a drum. Right. Because it'll just be back predictable calculations. That's where you kind of need to think outside of the box. Because that's probably what they're doing, calculating it on like a mathematical level. So he's right in a sense, having that human element and planning outside of like what the enemy will predict will catch them off guard, essentially. You're relying too heavily on unpredictability of the human beings. Well, that's exactly what's going to probably win us the fight, though, the unpredictability of human beings. Because, like I said, the enemy side is calculating it on a very like robotic mathematical level, most likely. The fact is, after seeing Klukai wants to press the point, Dimitri clicks his tongue in annoyance. Like, he's a bit of a madman, but he's actually onto something. That's enough of that. If you're a machine, then use your ice-cold logic and do your job. What's the point of bitching about all this anyway? And besides, all your clients, all 404 has to do is follow orders like good little robots. Got that? What the hell do you tin cans even know? Dimitri's tone is as unyielding as ever, and his expression shows no sign of softening. He quickly rips off the battery from his suit and throws it into the backpack. The remaining troopers follow him without the slightest bit of hesitation. Now, all the lights in the servo core protective suits have gone out. I don't understand. If we dolls are destroyed, if all we lose is a stretch of our memories, but if a human dies, that's the end for them. That's why humans instinctively preserve their lives as their top priority, but what you've done is the complete opposite of that. I truly don't understand why you have made this choice. Ah, that's enough. Shut up already. Blyat. That's an order. Got that? An order. Now take those batteries and flip all the way off. Like I said, I don't understand why you're doing this. But I respect and understand you and your choices, First Sergeant Dimitri. The flip are you doing? You being so formal all of a sudden is creepy as hell. As he looks at the solemn expression on Klukai's face, Dimitri realizes what she means. Perhaps humans and dolls will never be able to think the same way and reach the same conclusions, but at the very least, they can have the same goals. Don't go pretending to be so serious. Although he still looks like he can't be bothered with any of this, Dimitri holds his hand out to Klukai, bro. I'll say this one last time. So, okay, I thought I was going to give it like a one last handshake. We are the... Yeah, of the environmental news service. Yeah, okay, yep. Bring the contents of that lockbox out of here in one piece. Get it out of this mountain and get it out of the contamination zone. Got that? Request acknowledged and accepted. We will bring the chip and the recorder out in one piece and hand them over to someone trustworthy in the UI NC government. It's probably going to be Kalina. They solemnly shake hands, bro. And then Dimitri's face cracks into a smile. That's more like it. See, tin cans should have just done that earlier. That way we wouldn't have had any issues, right? But it's nice though, like having the mathematical logic of a machine and the emotional unpredictability of a human come together and have like this kind of collaboration. I guess kind of makes them stronger in a sense because they've got the best of both worlds and they can kind of like it's been a game of chess this entire time since they met each other, but the winner is both of them because the dolls apply their like cold mathematical logic and the human beings apply their emotional tactics and experience and all the things that make a human being. And in the middle, it's like they meet in the middle and have this kind of collaboration strategy that has the best of both worlds, both like the cold kind of calculating android side and then the compassionate emotional human side, and you kind of get this like nice mix in the middle that makes the whole thing unique compared to, I guess, what the enemies are doing. What you were saying is that Nitos are the premier race. Bro, Nitos have always been the superior race. Suka Blyat. I swear this is the last time I will work for Tin Can. Now get out of here before I change my mind. Bro, this was great, man. This whole interaction from start to finish. It was such a nice little arc. All the best. They've argued every step of the way here, but before bidding each other farewell, they finally shake hands and make peace with each other. Approximately alarms hide 404 left in the mine entrances begin to go up in 20 minutes after before they leave. The final battle's at hand. One thing I will say before I click it is this mission in particular was great. I mean, the whole, because it was a nice fadeaway in that we finally got to see like a proper relationship between like the dolls and a human being, and the kind of experiences that they have with one another, and the whole like that was, I don't think we've ever seen that before, like a genuine back and forth between a doll and a human being. And it was kind of deep too, because we kind of got to see like an insight into not only like the world and the lore of like the like the point of view of man, I don't know how to put this in the words. It's like we got to see a great point of view of both the humans and the dolls together, and their points of view from both sides. I don't know how to say it, but this was great for that. I can't really put it into words. It was like it was actually a very solid story from like start to finish. I mean, up until this point anyways. Actual world building, actual lore building, actual freaking, like we got to experience that in real time, kind of like in the world. That was awesome. That was awesome. It was actually well written too and well thought out. It wasn't just like some cheap, for the sake of the story kind of back and forth. One thing I will do real quick. Like, that's what I was looking forward to in this game. That's what I love about this game, and that's what I love about it even more now. Like, I was already in love. Now it's like gone up that bit more because it's got that level of detail and like layers. You know, that depth. Exploring those ideas behind machines, human beings, getting into the nitty-gritty. You know, that's what I like that. Exploring those ideas and those themes and what they mean. But it wasn't just, you know, it's actually well thought out. I don't know. Like it's like, you know, animes that are like super deep and it gets you thinking and stuff. It's at that level, which is where you want it to be. Yeah, it's easy to tell when a story is pretty quick. Nah, yeah, this is actually really well done. Like, at the start, they kind of came off as just the, oh, yeah, typical human hates doll, they're just gonna roast each other, blah, 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 but it actually got to a level of depth where it was quality. Like, it gave us a nice insight into a lot of things. Like, this is a story we'll remember, and it's like an interaction we can kind of gauge the rest of our experiences on. It's a nice starting point for the future of, like, you know, the story and the lore and the world and everything. Anyways, reconnaissance complete. Regional information has been consolidated. Transmitting. I'm telling you, this chapter has been 12 out of 10 so far, and I haven't even finished it yet. Receiving data. This is a level of quality that I love and come to expect. Echelon deployment complete. They can probably hold on for a while longer. Let's go, Mechty. Don't die, okay? An anime, bro. Yours Spyline 2 anime when? And no Netflix adaptation either, like a proper anime when? No, I'm saying like not the current ones. I'm saying like a new one that's actually like they should make a new one that's actually good. An anime of this would be sick. Ah, crap. No. Wait. Oh, I'm off by one. Actually, wait, maybe I can... I don't have to spread, man. I think it's the one level up or something. Doesn't matter, it's fine. Okay, bro. I've installed the temporary signal booster, Big Sis. We can contact the survey core now. Dimitri, do you read me? There is a short burst of static followed by Dimitri's annoyed voice. Cut the crap and get to work. Right. Andor has set up the gun. Like, even though like this, like you want him to just, it's like I feel like there's been so many opportunities where you just let Dimitri to just put down all the armor and all the walls and just, you know, connect heart to heart, but the guy just refuses to show any signs of vulnerability. Andor has set up the gun. Mechty, despite everything they've been through, you know, Mechty help hook up the backup power. Will do, Leader Klukai. Mechty, I'll have to trouble you to help me out. Okay, who knows, maybe if I finish up quick I might be able to... Mechty hesitates for a moment and decides not to finish her sentence. Focus on the mission. Falca, stay alert. Ensure there are no threats within 100 meters. Avoid contact with any Mangi security forces. If you do encounter them, wipe them out immediately. Leave it to me, Big Sis. For our forward members take their positions and the sound of the survey core exchanging fire if Mangi security comes in over the comms channel. Squad 2, fall back to point 5, draw the enemy in. Squad 3, flank them from the right. Dimitri barks his commands amidst the gunfire, serving as a rallying beacon for his men. His troopers have entrusted their lives to him. Their battle cry and blood are the fuel for their ideals. Sarge, Squad 3 is taking a tug at your orders. Bang. The trooper's voice is drowned out by a torrent of gunfire and he says no more. Reality is as cruel as ever. Squad 3, do you read me? Squad 3. Blyat. This is Squad 5. Squad 3 is... they're all gone. Squad 5, fill the hole. Yes, Sergeant. Sergeant, this is Squad 4. We've encountered elites. Your orders. Kill the fast movers. Don't let the others head toward Lariat and 404. The battle raged on. The regional channel was filled with the sound of gunshots, electrical static, and the howls of the elites. There are fewer and fewer responses to Dimitri's voice. Dimitri silently counts up the number of survivors, then grits his teeth and makes up his mind. Tharian, how are things on your end? Just arrived. Got delayed by a bunch of elites. I've opened the compressor valve, but I'm the only one left now. I'll get back. ASA. Although he's doing his best to pretend that there's nothing wrong with him, his voice trembles a little. Nobody can be completely unmoved by death. Right, you stay there for a bit and keep an eye on things. Contact me again once you confirm that it's working, and stay safe out there. Everyone, begin falling back to point F. Mind your ammo while moving. Once you reach point F, close with the enemy and draw them in. Having received the orders, the soldiers murmur their ascent and begin their final reload. Bro, a single player game like a Souls-like or something would be sick. Imagine like your first person shooter or something and you're exactly like you're experiencing all of this. On 4 side. Like Half-Life level of single player gameplay, but it's skills frontline. If I'm not wrong, they placed the level of emphasis on point F, right? They circled it heavily on their map in the assault. That was the place from the first batch of intel we sent back, and if I'm not wrong, it's a pipe room near the public baths, a small room, sealed on 3 sides. The water and the gas pipes for the baths pass through there. Then they're going to Pixis Klukai. Are they going to be okay? From what Andorra said earlier, the natural gas is dispersed throughout the entire pipe network. Even if it leaked, the gas density in that room wouldn't be enough to trigger a detonation. Don't worry about that. Focus on our mission. Andorra, Meech 2, how are things on your end? Leader, we've successfully connected the backup power supplies. We can begin loading the program. Start now. After the program is loaded, follow immediately with the warm-up sequence. Begin a countdown 1 minute before firing. Got it. After giving out orders, Klukai switched to the regional comms frequency. Dimitri, we've begun loading the program. Are you still there? Of course, who the hell do you think we are? Everyone, hold fire once we get to that point. Wait for my signal. The channel briefly goes quiet. Is Blue Sphere there? No, not on my side, but some of the squads falling back have spotted her. Oh god, she's close. Bang. A deafening gunshot blends with an ear-piercing shriek from an Elid. Shut up. Groans. Dimitri, what happened, Dimitri? There is no response from the channel for a long time. About 5 minutes later, all noise from the other side slowly fades away. Oh god. Oh no. Oh. I am here now. Blitzfier's cool, calm voice comes in over the regional comms channel. Bro, she's so cold! Balka, destroy the amplifier. 404, cut all comms now. But it's kind of badass cold though. The transmission cuts off. I am here now. Like she's about to just mess shit up. Oh, cutscene.
404との通信が切れた以上、これは用済みですね。連絡員1名をここに残し、他は404の捜索を。調査隊の生存者は見つけ次第射殺。報告は必要ありません。
What a badass.
ディミトリー総長、ほとんどの場合、絶対的な戦力差の前ではどんな戦術も無意味です。だからこそ、極めて稀有な事例が伝説となる。
くたばり損ないが。
404はどこです？
知らねえな。人形がどこへ行こうが関係ねえ。
あなた方がおとりで、彼女たちにチップを託したことは存じております。時間を稼ごうとしても無駄です。
Smart man.
てめえらには見つからねえさ。居場所を聞くくらいだ。どうせ地形も把握しちゃいねえんだろ。笑えるぜ。ここで散々パラデウスと乳くり合ってたくせによ。その銃がなけりゃてめえらみてえなおまぬけなんざ今頃全員俺にぶっ殺されてるぜ。
そうですね。しかし私には時間がありません。残念です。あなたが状況を理解し正しい選択をしていれば彼も死なずに済んだものを。
Bro, they're so cool. Straight Metal Gear Solid vibes. Bro, we need more cutscenes, man. Pump some money into the cutscenes, dude. These cutscenes are cool as. I'm pretty sure the top one platoon in the game dumped enough money just to Just to keep the cutscenes going. Make it happen. Yeah, bro, and I love it. They do, and I froth it. I'm so, bro. I'm telling you, like, this is. Oh, it always feels like they took such a risk as well. And that's another thing I like about it. They didn't play it safe at all. I don't know, like, what the majority of the player base is like. But I feel like I'm just gonna come out, just gonna put this out there and say I feel like the majority of the player base is just hardcore weebs. Like with no interest in military stuff. So I feel like them doing this is also a bit of a risk, but like a good risk for us, but not for them, you know. But it's great, I love it. They accidentally catered to my exact. That's what I mean, yeah. It's great for us, but hopefully they keep this up. This is great. I love this. But I want to say your average gacha Wii player is too trying to think of a word. That's not like overly insulting, but I think you know what I mean. Too busy, no, not even giving. I don't know, I feel like they'd complain. But at the same time, I think there are a lot of people like you and me out there as well. Anyways, cutscene. Oh no.
無駄な抵抗はやめてください。これが最後の忠告です。手加減はしました。最後の部下はまだ生きています。5分だけ。
Mechty, no.
今度は彼の心臓を貫きますよ。
She's such a psycho, man.
生き残ることが何より重要なはずでは。生きて家に帰りたくないのですか？もう一度伺います。
She's still gonna kill you, I reckon. Even if you tell it.
お前にそれを教えて何のメリットがある？
あなたとそこにいる最後の部下が助かります。
なら他の仲間は命にとってのか？
条件は？
上一金だ。
いいでしょう。もっと早くそうしていれば他の部下も死なずに済んだのですよ。ディミトリーさん。
He's bullshitting for sure.
さあ、
Just trying to buy
言い
time.
なさい。404はどこです？
404は
そろそろ限界のようですね。素直に吐けばすぐに治療に当たらせましょう。
404はあいつら。
She's low-key kinda cute.
てめえらの弾を取りに行く最中だ。総長、早く。待たせたな。いいところに来た。
させません。
Bro, the actions are great.
ディミトリー総長。
Yeah, man. Actual choreography? What the hell? Good champion. Won't give up till his final breath.
Go. 4 3 2 1
Oh, no way. That's why it was stalling. For the gas. Man, they're all gone though, bro. Hey, salute to Dimitri and his boys. Salute to Dimitri and his boys. I'm gonna miss those guys. I'm definitely gonna miss those guys. They gave their lives. In the game reverse collapse, the player can pick up 200 cards with the image and Nikolai written on them. Oh wow. So some like connections. Ditch the gun, observe light discipline, fall back at top speed, head to the northwest. Yes, Leader Kukai. Come on, run. Should we head back to the fork and try to contact those guys? Kukai glances back at the mine entrance. It is spewing flames and belching smoke like an actual smoke signal, sending a warning of danger into the distance. As she watches the plume of smoke rise into the sky, Kukai's gaze hardens. We're leaving. Hide 404 runs through the night as explosions go off non-stop behind them. So they made it out. But we lost our boys. We lost their boys. So that was his plan all along. He knew, like, despite Kukai saying to think about, like, humans think about the preservation of their lives, despite knowing that fact, he still willingly, literally gave his life. And it was like the self-preservation was like not his priority, but the getting the code out was his priority. Yeah, I mean, I guess he knew all along. That's deep, bro. And that's why she couldn't make sense of it. But that's the human spirit, baby. They move quickly, avoiding early attacks as best they can. Hold on, let me have a quick little hydration. Alright. They thought all the tactics except surrendering, and of course they didn't think of saving their lives. Yeah, well, it was a selfless act, bro. He probably could have come up with a strategy to the way they might have survived, but he wanted to get the information out more than anything. He was like tired of the world the way it was, and like ultimately his goal was for the human race. It was selfless, you know. It was selfless. He thought of like the bigger picture. Like, sure, he gave his life, but at the end of the day, the information's gonna go out, and hopefully the world's gonna be a better place. It's like such a genuine kind of selfless act. They move quickly, avoiding early attacks as best they can, but the sustained high output movement is rapidly draining what little of their charge remains. Leader Kukai, we'll need to lower our travel speed if we don't replenish our power supply in 20 minutes. Understood. Maintain our current speed as we move on. Are you sure we're supposed to be headed this way? Feels like we'll get lost easily without a GPS to track our position. We can use celestial navigation. Celestial navigation? What? Since there are frequent storms in this region, the sky is actually clearer than the green, white, and white zones. According to the stars, we're proceeding in the general direction of it. That's next level navigation, man. According to the position of Pluto and Mars, it looks like we are. That said, pinpointing location and supply caches we encounter along the way is going to be difficult. Quite difficult. Quite difficult, you say. So basically, we're super screwed then. Can we really take this soldier stuff with us? Just thinking about it gives me a headache. Mechty isn't giving up right away. That's new. He is. Straight up. Well, they said all that stuff, and they even gave their lives for us. I mean, I don't really understand how this sort of thing feels, but I see it in anime all the time. In human terms, they would be a really great bunch of soldiers, right? Beyond great. So I kind of want to try and be like these main characters in anime and finish a mission they entrusted to us. That would be super cool, right? That doesn't matter. However, excuse me, Balka glances at Kukai, who's running at their head. Even if I end up as a pile of scrap here, I'll make sure I help Pixies complete her first mission. Looks like everyone's pretty motivated. Too bad motivation isn't the same as battery charge, just enough charge for the 4 of us to walk out of here would be good. If only we could use magic, then I could say, summon supplies, and a supply point would appear in front of us. You should go ahead and say it then. Hmm? Because we just found a supply point. Kukai gestures signaling for the 3 of them to stop. Are those Mangi security personnel? Aren't they all in the mine? They're probably sentries who were left outside to stand watch. They didn't find their escape tunnel, but there's most likely a perimeter set up around the salt mine. Wait a minute. When you said supply point just now, did you mean... No, we can't, it's too scary. If there's no chance, we'll make one. Besides, there aren't many of them, we still have a chance. Hide 404, prepare for battle, eliminate all enemy units, and plunder the supplies. Ah, really? I hope we can get in this spot, yeah. While the battle rages on, Kukai looks around from where she's hiding behind cover and sets her sights on the jeep that's guarded by only one trooper. Everyone, listen up. I'm gonna seize the Mangi security vehicle at my 10. Falca, Mechty, stay put and divide up the enemy with suppressive fire. And Doros, follow me and suppress the trooper near the vehicle. Yes, Leader Kukai. Be careful, Big Sis. Hurry up, we won't last much longer over here. Move out. As Kukai gives the order, 404's dolls split up and deploy. The isolated Mangi security troopers are caught completely off guard by the sudden ambush and panic. Some of the men on the outer perimeter try to drive away, including the man Kukai marked earlier. And Doros opens fire to intercept him. Meanwhile, Kukai uses the opportunity to reach the vehicle. Die. Kukai coldly opens fire. Her bullet pierces the vehicle's windshield and the driver is hit. He loses control of the vehicle, which comes barreling towards Kukai. Kukai sees the opportunity and leaps on top of the vehicle before slipping into the cabin through a side window. She opens the door and throws the stunned driver out. Then she takes his place, steps on the gas, and turns the steering wheel around, sending the jeep toward the other 3 dolls. Everyone, disengage and mount up. After hearing Kukai's command, the others climb into the jeep. Kukai glances at the vehicle's GPS and quickly figures out the current location. She drives towards 404's temporary base, chased by the sound of the Mangi security's gunfire. No, quick nut bar break. After evading pursuit from Mangi security, 404 organizes various supplies inside the Mangi security jeep before topping themselves off at their own discretion. Good thing we picked a Jeep with lots of stuff. It's a shame there aren't any spare parts, but having a full charge feels great. I didn't pick it at random. That vehicle only had a fifth of its designated complement, but its ground clearance was as low as the other vehicles. That implied that this vehicle was heavily laden with supplies. Well done, Mixies. This map once you finish resupplying. But I don't know if there's a tracker on this vehicle, so we'll have to go on foot to avoid Mechty security catching up with us. I checked the environmental data stored in the vehicle against a static map of the region and found an abandoned settlement nearby. Since our night vision gear is damaged to varying extents and the collapse storm is coming, why don't we take shelter there? Right, let's do that. They climb down from the vehicle, then begin heading in the direction Andorus indicated toward the abandoned settlement. Fortunately, 404 managed to reach the abandoned settlement before the collapse storm hits. Right, everyone, rest and resupply. In order to conserve power, Balka and Andorus will use night vision in shifts. Observe light discipline throughout. Will do, leader. After that, the ruins are plunged into darkness. Lukai takes the terminal out again. She doesn't expect the signal to come back on for her to reply. Instead, she just stares at the long list of messages reading, "Where are you?" And it seems to grant her a small measure of peace. When we were traveling with those soldiers, every night was always lit up. Now, I'm having a bit of trouble getting used to not having them around. Ah. Well, we dolls have never needed much in the way of light in the first place, and it wasn't because Kukai and I got our night vision modules damaged. We wouldn't use lights at all. Mechty leans against the nearby wall. But for some reason, I just can't fall asleep. As Andorus polishes her gun, she begins unconsciously humming the soldier's song. Ah. Andorus, please stop. For some reason, it sounds really weird hearing that now. I'm sorry, I didn't think... I did it without thinking. Unlike how the other three dolls are showing signs of relaxing, Kukai has calmed herself down and her expression is cold as she silently regards the box which the soldiers gave her. We will succeed in carrying out this mission. The rope binding the box has come out a little loose. Kukai carefully undoes it and prepares to tie it back up again. Leader, picking up strong heat signatures at your rate. Everyone, take cover. Before Kukai can finish speaking, she hears the sound of bullets ripping through the air from behind and to her left. Since she can't see, she is forced to swiftly duck on pure instinct. Although she avoids being directly and fatally hit, the high energy particle flux around the shots ruthlessly melts through her right elbow, oof, and the forearm flies free, oof, along with the case. Damn it, Mechty. Uwa. Mechty, who's nearby, leaps out and grabs the box. Inertia sends her rolling across the ground, but the box, clutched tightly to her chest, is safe. Does that mean Kukai lost her arm? That was close. Mechty, behind you. Mechty doesn't even get the chance to look back before a shockwave slams her into a nearby wall. The ruined wall collapses and Mechty is pinned under part of it, unable to get free. Oh, here we go. Oh, no way. Did she go final form? A creepy mechanical creature that they've seen before stands at the exact spot where Mechty has just landed. Maggie Sukichu's begins streaming around the bro. She went gangster mode. So you dismounted ahead of time just to launch a sneak attack? Looks like you must have been beaten up pretty badly if you had to be this cautious. Oh yeah, because they blew up the thing, right? The soldiers. Indeed, no further mistakes can be allowed. So this is the final resort that Cocoon was talking about. Blue Sphere waves a hand and the troopers spread out, forming a rough semicircle. She stands in the middle of the encirclement and she is truly a gruesome sight. Much of her synthetic skin has peeled off, exposing engorged muscle fiber bundles that bear scorch marks. Bro, what like a great story or great writing as like a really good like protagonist like Kukai and the soldiers, but it has the equally good, if not cooler, villain. To the point where like you almost vouch for both sides in a sense. That's when you know you have solid writing. Parts of the jet black metallic endoskeleton are twisted at bizarre angles, supporting her still vaguely human-shaped torso. From their configuration, her limbs can no longer be described as arms or legs. They are entwined together in a state that alternates between stiff and twisted. Their ends split into what looks like bestial or human hands. This is what I love about Nitos, by the way. This is why, because they're just so cool, man. Like, they're so weird, but they're also like the bad guys, kind of. But they're just really cool. It's almost like, I was thinking about this, I think, last night. It's kind of like if the writers or the developers or like whatever, like at Mika, I feel like they really want to explore this kind of more messed up doll aspect where they're not like they're more on the bad side and they're kind of not visually as pleasing or normal or natural. But and so they came up with Nitos as a way to kind of explore that side and kind of have that, like, to kind of do that sort of stuff, because they wouldn't be able to do it with their main characters. So they like created the Nitos as a way to be able to push their creativity to that aspect of things in a sense. It's kind of like, if you would think of it, if like Star Wars, yeah. Obviously, everyone naturally goes for the good guys, like, you know, Skywalkers and whatever. But the Sith are just as cool and just as badass, and if not cooler. I personally I find the Sith even much more appealing. And so being able to play with like bad villains or like super evil villains that have their own kind of quirks and appearances, like Darth Plagueis or there are heaps of like really cool Star Wars villains, Darth Maul, for example. It's that kind of thing, but with dolls, where you get to kind of play around with the quote unquote evil side and come up with these really cool aesthetics. The villain is so good. Yeah, that's how it was in Jeff 1, you know. I love SF dolls. Actually, in Jeff 1, Nito is playable because they're actually in prison. You can free them. But yeah, no, I really like this, bro. I'm always been, like, since I discovered them, I've been a huge fan of Nitos, and I've always been like, I always kind of tend to go for like the opposite side. I don't know, I just find it more appealing. Yeah, I don't know why necessarily. I guess because probably it's a lot more. I don't know, it's too deep. It's too deep to contemplate right now. There's probably somewhere deep in my psyche. There's probably a reason for it. Fukai knows that this is definitely not normal, but she cannot work backward. She cannot work backward from Blissfield's current state to figure out what she might have looked like before this. She looks like a patchwork mess of hastily cobbled together repairs, but close analysis reveals that the welding points between each segment of her body are very regular, as though this was how they were meant to be. Yeah, that's another thing with Paradise. They make these really weird, scary abominations. But I'm just wondering, was she always like this, or did the explosion kind of mess her up a bit? That's what I'm thinking about now. Like, did she have a form, like, back like when she was normally, could she transform into this at will, or did the explosion kind of mess it up a bit, and it looks a bit deformed as a result of the explosion? You know what I mean? Maybe she could go into a Nito form and it wasn't as deformed, but maybe the explosion made it look a bit more grotesque, is what I'm thinking. Here, the villain may also be able to be playable. Also, actually, Sextons will soon be playable. Oh, you reckon? Sextons, eh? Soon, yeah, that's her intended form. The explosion destroyed her. This creature looks especially gruesome against the backdrop of the night and the storm, as though she has abdicated her place as a doll. Only her emotionless face allows her to identify it. It's very possible, bro. It's very possible her original Nito form wasn't as grotesque, and the explosion kind of messed her up a bit, because it was pretty. She was right next to it, and it was a massive gas thing. I think it's safe to not take it as fact, but I think it's safe to assume that it might have messed her up. You're looking pretty twisted. Yeah, true. The welding is intended, as it. You must have been pretty desperate to have caught up with us this quickly, huh? Looks gangster though. This looks sick, dude. This is exactly what I wanted, and they delivered. A super crazy looking Nito. Blue Sphere he had originally ignored Klukai's taunt in favor of glaring at Mechty. Suddenly raises a gun and points it at Klukai. Her target has already switched her remaining left hand and has taken aim at her. Now this version of Spider is actually weaker than the original. She has many hands that cannot be used. While the remaining members of Servo Corps did manage to slow me down and inflict some damage, the four of you will not be able to leave this place. Bro, it looks sick, man. It's kind of terrifying though at the same time. It's definitely, I feel like there hasn't been a Nitos like this before, have there? Most of the Nitos I've seen from GF1, they're a bit more tame, I want to say. Or maybe unless she's like a next level project. I think she is though. I thought they established that. I'll never forgive you if you hurt Big Sis. I swear they established it somewhere. Is she? I thought she was a doll for... sorry, Nito that was made by Paradis. I could be wrong. Valka and the rest point their guns at Bluesphere while Mechty struggles from where she's buried under the rubble. However, Bluesphere pays no heed to her. Hand it over and your mission will be over. It's only over when we send you to the recycling plant. Everyone, prepare for battle. Oh god, we're gonna fight her. I wish they didn't reveal an expansion drill and stuff. I would have liked this to be a nice surprise. They kind of shat the bed there a little bit. It should have been the next expansion drill or something. So yeah, she's I don't know. The thing I don't understand, how do you go from her normal form to this? Like, I would love to have. I wish they did some kind of like drawing or cutscene where we see her turn into it. I want to figure out how she actually turns into this. Like, does her limb, the chest, just like rise up and then, you know, like a leg comes out of her stomach and it's like how like, I kind of want to see that messed up transformation. Oh, cool! We get to get turrets for this. She's not a Nito. She's actually in jail for one. Good question. There is a part in the plot where the bureaucrats legalize the manufacture of Nito, so the third gen doll can actually be a Nito. I think she has to be, bro. I mean, look at her. I mean, then again, Sextans was, Actually, now that I think about it, they're both possible because these next gen dolls are kind of. I think they're next gen dolls, but they're like what's the word I'm thinking of? If Nitos are like a version 1, then I feel like the third gen dolls would be version 2, if that makes sense. Like, it's the same thing, but next generation. But it's still they're still Nitos, like, essentially. I want to say. The addition of the Gen 3 dolls is still unclear. I reckon Gen 3 dolls are basically Nitos, but the next generation, like much more advanced. And that's my theory. Because Nitos was like the main premise of GF1, yeah. So I reckon Gen 3 dolls are gonna be the premise of GF2. 10 years later, think about it. Well, I'll continue after this cutscene. Oh no. Look, creepy waifu. kind of OP. Even second does basic situational judgment. You aren't like those.
あんたみたいな出来損ないとは違うのよ、私たちは。あなたにとどめを刺さない限り、405は諦めないようですね。有識の人形にしては大したものです。
Obsolete models.
あなたは隊長の名に恥じぬ決断力と戦闘力を発揮しました。ですが、ここまでです。
I like the little eye thing. It's Nemesis. The Elmo team, let's go! I knew they were gonna come like at like the most critical point. Carefully, what are you doing? Get back in the Elmo. Oh, what? Sextants? Oh, no way! What? Sextants? What the hell are you doing here? Is she working with us now? Let me catch up. Nitoshi might be the official Gen 3 is still unclear. True, we don't actually know. They were meant to be like these freaking... weren't the Gen 3 dolls in the previous story meant to be like Deus Ex Machina level of like next level freaking self-conscious machine things? I don't know. But the mind is exact same as humans. There are currently two types. One is the blue sphere, which has an advanced body. Another is the Rebella, which have advanced mind. Blue sphere, you clanker. C6s, you know, I thought Sextans was a dude for the long... Bro, so did I. I legit thought Sextans was a dude as well. I don't really like Sextans though. She doesn't appeal to me. Second form damaged, unable to switch. So you're saying that she can't switch to her second form because her frame was damaged? Affirmative. She even sounds like a dude. Dude looks like a lady. The doll called Sextans nods and coldly regards her former comrade. Wait, so why are we working with Sextans? Didn't she like hack into Groz's mind or something? Vepli, Krolik, get 404 on the vehicle now. Got it. Bro, I low-key kind of missed the Elmo team. Lucifer is sprawled in front of the two of them. She raises her head and tries to make out the information her visual modules are relaying to her. Bro, she looks sick here, man. I love her 2D thing. Yeah, she looks like it's much more detailed here, kind of. I like it. I dig it. Sextants? The plot thickens. Designation confirmed. You are? Unable to identify subject. So, the Sextans give Vepli a hand. Vepli, get out of here, man. The adults are speaking. The cold, unfamiliar glaze lingers over Blue Sphere for a moment longer, and then Sextans shakes her head, paying no further attention to the shocked Blue Sphere. She heads over to Vepli to help her and Krolik move 404's frames. I think whoever made Sextans also made Blue Sphere. Yeah, she watches the dolls before them. Klukai snorts coldly. She had expected this much, but she's a little disappointed. After all, she's not here. When she was facing off against Blue Sphere and at the end of her rope, she saw a set of blinking signals. Morse code for, "Where are you?" At long last, the countless messages she had sent all over these years had finally been answered. I'm here. Although she was out of rounds, although she knew this was merely a signal to coordinate with her, at the most critical juncture, Klukai used the muzzle flash from a gun to respond to the signal, because she knew that once the smoke cleared, everything would be fine, just like now. So you're the backup Levo was talking about. He's got a lot of guts to be bringing in such unreliable reinforcements. What the hell? She'd already... They've been here like not even 2 minutes and she's already roasting. Forgive us, it took a while to pinpoint your positions. Bro, she's such a hard ass. Like, literally, what was the stick in the mud, right? But she just came saved you. I'm still not impressed. Lakai does not accept Groz's apology. She puts on a strong front and she turns away to survey her surroundings. Just then, that familiar voice finally comes through Groz's turn. You know, actually, in Klukai's defense, you need to remember the relationship that 404 had with the Russian soldiers is going to be something they're never going to forget about for as long as it's in the memory modules. It's probably forever impacted like who they are as like individual dolls, right? So they're never going to be the same again. And now that they have that memory and that connection, that history, she's probably low key salty that they didn't come in time, before the soldiers died. Like the soldiers could have survived in a sense, because that's going to be forever embedded into their system. Because that's what defines a doll initially, like their experiences, and then like their memory modules and stuff. Because when you wipe that, they're nothing essentially, a blank slate. Lokai does not accept Groz's apology. She puts on a... Oh yeah, we read this. It's been so long since we've last worked together. So how about not being so picky, 416 is the commander. It's Klukai now. Have we not seen, as the commander, not seen Klukai since 10 years? After her stubborn, proud voice, I sigh in relief. I have a lot to say, but I have no idea where to begin. The feelings between Klukai and me are like a recently undammed river, swelling yet a little stagnant. As a mix of emotions washes over me, I reply with the crappiest line imaginable. So Klukai, is that your name now? Then let me try again. It's been a while, Klukai. This isn't a very long time for dolls, but it seems to have caught Klukai off guard. Katak, katak, katak. Lucifer doesn't bother waiting for them to finish it. Like, meanwhile, we're just having a conversation. As she begins emitting strange noises which draw everyone's attention. Bro, it's so cool. Like, broken voice. Must complete the mission. Targets. Self-destruction program has been activated. Self-destruction program? What's she trying to do? Klukai. I'll remember that name. But she's gonna come back for vengeance. With that, Blissfear closes her eyes. A blinding white light begins shining from the missing parts of her body. Self-destruct. Collapse crystal. Wide area catalyst activated. Initiating countdown. What's the best? She's got like a nuke level of self-destruction. Collapse crystal catalyst. Oh no. She's probably got like one of those nuclear power charges inside of her. What's wrong? Paradise has planned large amounts of collapse crystals in this area. If they all release the particles, this place will become an instant red zone. She must have linked the switch to her frame OS program. We need to destroy her frame before the countdown ends. Rosa immediately opens fire and pulls rain down the ruins of Blissfear's body, but the programs show no sign of stopping. Frolic, destroy her torso. Right, coming. Gently. Frolic, who has already made it to the side of the jeep, dumps Mechty onto Sextons, who was already carrying Belka, and then charges towards Blissfear while swinging her blade. However, the edge grinds to a halt. After making contact with Blissfear's skull. I can't cut it. What the hell is she made of? 10, 9, 8. Excuse me. Blissfear's countdown is still going. Everyone, open fire. The bullet throws up clouds of dust, but Blissfear's self-destruct countdown continues inexorably. 3, 2, 1. It's too late. Beep, 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 beep. There's a blinding flare of light and the sound of alarm, and then Blissfear's torso spews a shower of sparks before completely going dead. Everything is silent, and there is no change in their surroundings. What just happened? Did anything even happen? Frolic, grab Klukai and get out of here. Vepley, you're driving. Get me a reading on the radiation levels in this area. Leave it to Vepley. Ah, actually, another familiar voice comes from the Groz's comms terminal. Oh, this armor. Basically, you don't have to worry so much. I managed to terminate that catalyst program. Just barely managed it in time. Though, really a close thing, really close run thing. Good thing I checked sextants always earlier out of curiosity. So I managed to find a loophole I could exploit. Oh, do you reprogram sextants? Her gen dolls are pretty interesting. Make sure you bring back Blitzfiz's body afterwards. With pleasure. It's like I need to I need to run some tests on Blitzfield just give us a moment alone, yeah? Just close the door behind you. Thank you. So you mean the program didn't even turn on? Then why didn't you say so earlier? I wasn't even sure about it myself, so I kept quiet. Well, fortunately everything turned out fine. Talk about the rest later. That place is pretty dangerous. Groza, with sure. Understood. Bro, Groza came in so G'd up. Was that the end? What? Bro. Hold on, let me just finish this bar. Bro. This was by far the best story event, bar none. Easily the most action-packed, interesting, deep, fun characters, cool villain, cool world building, actually nitty-gritty. If anything, I'm kind of disappointed because why you might be wondering why I'm disappointed, low-key. Because the bar just went up so high. The bar is so high now, anything after this is probably not going to match it, let's be real. I wonder whether I go after the story next, I guess, lover. My comment is too short, New Zealand is too short. But that was really good, man. That was, yeah, this whole event, Klukai story, this was great. This was amazing. If they keep up this pace, this game's got a bright future ahead of it. We're just gonna get blue balls for like 3 months now. You think the next event will continue directly off this, or will they just come back to this later? But Leva's not coming out for a while though, if I'm not mistaken. Only 10 out of 7 comparing to GF1, but I'm glad you like it. 7 out of 10, sorry. Bro, compared to what we got since the beginning of this game, miles ahead. This is how the game should have launched at this level, straight up. Better late than never, I guess. Better late than never. Ulrich's story is actually pretty gangster, but the execution was bad. There was too much other stuff going on. If they focused more on Ulrich and her history and her past, and we kind of got to live that, I think it would have been better. But the creepy doll was cool. There were some cool aspects, but I feel like the execution could have been a bit better. There was too much distractions from the others. Like Tara and whatever. In my opinion. Which last cutscene? Cutscene shark. What cutscene? Didn't I do it? I thought that was it. Did I miss one? I thought that was the last mission. Did I miss one? Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to the future of this game, bro. This is so far my favorite game of all time. Hold on, I'll have a look after this. I thought that was the end. I thought it was from these missions that I couldn't do. Wait, I'll have a look, bro. Oh, there is one more. What the hell? I jumped the gun. I thought it ended right then and there. Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah, it still says story 7. Yeah, I'm done. Okay. I mean, I was expecting a little bit of a wrapping things up, but I thought it was just going to end on like a cliffhanger. Neural link check, no abnormalities. Frame function check, no abnormalities. Self-diagnostic complete, viewing systems 10%, 15%. Usually dolls can wake up right after changing frames. Are you okay, Klukai? Let me check your data again. Her neural link is fine, her frame functions are fine, so why is the self-diagnostic portions taking so long? I'll keep an eye on her. Mei-Ling, why don't you get some rest? It's been days since you last slept. But sleeping's not allowed for Mei-Ling. Okay, then please contact me if anything comes up. Don't worry. As her newly activated auditory modules detect the sound of departing footsteps, Klukai opens her eyes in the diagnostic capsule. Good morning, Klukai. Although it's actually nighttime now, and it's been a day since they brought you back. But that's not important. Give that arm of yours a workout and see if the hydraulics in your new frame are working well. Yeah. Klukai obliges and raises her right arm. There doesn't seem to be any damage on her frame. What about the others? You guys were really badly damaged, and transferring your local neural backups took a lot of effort. In your case, we're slightly better off. The other three will need more time. More fine-tuning. Also, Klukai, while I designed Mechty's switch for you, could you at least try to limit the number of times you use it? She's exceeded her operational tolerances. Mechty's switch for you? Okay. Yeah, okay, just like that. Want me to check your neural cloud again? Defects in personality presets can be really hard to fix. You're the one with the defective personality. Klukai has a button that makes Mechty go, right. Super Saiyan mode. After clearing it, the ear, Klukai sits up on the examination slab. The ear sighs in relief after seeing her reaction. The look on his face seems to say, that's more like it. Where are we? Where's the commander? This is the Elmo? Wait a minute. Why are you with the commander? How did you find us? How did you stop Bluesphere's Catalyst program? Oi. One question at a time. Do you think this is like stuffing data into a stack or something? Fine then, answer one question at a time. Well, it's actually pretty complicated, or so I'd like to say. Let's start from the part where we lost contact with you. When that happened, the commander managed to make contact with me. And as it turned out, I had to head down to the region to troubleshoot any network issues, so I got on the Elmo. The commander said Lena sounded very worried when she contacted the Elmo and urged Command to send her dolls over to save you as soon as possible. But in the end, I was the only one she could get in contact with, and those dolls of hers put me through the ringer. There was one called Coleman. He was smiling with every word she said, but listening to her just turned my stomach. He lapses into complaining. But Klukai seems entirely unmoved. Get to the point. Okay. So after we reached this area, we found their comms blocked. We checked their static maps and then checked out several base stations. Most of them were old and poorly maintained, if they were maintained at all. Hey Fives. However, quite a few of them showed signs of being deliberately destroyed by human hands during the recent past. The commander concluded that someone was trying to cut comms to this region. The Elmo signal receivers didn't work there, and after we left, we got service back, but still couldn't contact you. Just sitting around and waiting wasn't a solution either. So the commander organized the dolls into several squads and began searching in the direction you were headed when you last contacted Lover. Guess what we found? If you want to play a quiz show, you can head over to a TV station. I just thought you seemed a little too tense. Anyway, while Graza and the others were searching, they found 2 troopers from the Survey Corps. Unfortunately, they were too badly hurt for us to save, but we managed to protect the base station they set up. So you're saying the military comms lines weren't completely cut off? That's right, we were just jammed. They were just jammed, so we broke the jamming, we could use them. And the Elmo just so happened to have the equipment needed to do it. After that, I worked my magic and modified the Elmo's comms modules to match the wavelengths used by the temporary base stations. I'll skip the detailed technical explanation, but you can think of it as converting the Elmo into a mobile miniature base station. Right. Once we got the signals back, things went smoothly enough, and with Mayling's help, you don't know Mayling, do you? She's the Elmo's machinist, and she's really good for someone so young. That said, she looks like she's constantly overworked. I wish we got a bit more of a backstory into Blue Sphere though, and this Cocoon character. Maybe they'll explore it later on. Just a bit more. She looked like she was about to collapse from exhaustion just now, so I sent her back to her room to get some rest. It's only been a few short years, but the commander's involved into an even better slave driver than you. Get to the point, don't make me repeat myself. Bro, you're about to get slapped! Okay, I got it. Haven't you realized by now she's impatient? Anyway, after that, we found another signal in this region being broadcast on a different network. However, the security level was really high and we had trouble figuring out how to get in for a while. At least until that Blue Sphere doll dropped its security level for several minutes to verify your position, which allowed us to hack in. So you could have contacted us back then? Why did you wait until the very end before revealing yourselves? There was a risk we could have been discovered. It's like making a call with someone else's phone. It's fine if they didn't check, but if they had, we'd have been revealed right away. So we didn't step in until we absolutely had to. And that was your decision? I'm just a technician. If it were up to me, I'd have contacted you right away. After all, I didn't know what happened to you, and contacting you sooner would have let me solve your issues sooner, right? Truth is, it was the commander who told me not to contact you. As she sensed the sheer amount of trust placed in her, Klukai feels like a kitten is treading on her neural cloud. Looks like she's grown a little over the years. In any case, that's how we found your location and eavesdropped on Maggie Security and Blue Sphere's operations. Sergeant Dimitri was hell of a guy. Thanks to the explosion he triggered, Blue Sphere's body was badly damaged. Enough that she took a long time to take her second form. Okay. Otherwise, you wouldn't have lasted long enough for us to get to you. It's a shame he didn't hear you. It's a shame he didn't hear your last exchange of Blue Sphere. There is a wistful look on Dia's face. You can pretty much guess what happened after, right? I checked Sexton's frame and neural cloud and found that her operation mode was very strange. The commander said that when she met Darcher before this, she should have been working with Sextons. Combine that with how Blue Sphere and Darcher kept calling you second-gen dolls, and that probably means that they saw themselves as dolls. It would be the next generation. Okay. I verified that much after checking the information left over in Sexton's neural cloud. They perceive themselves as third-generation dolls. Okay. Still, her design is quite strange. Her neural cloud should have been melted down, but her local neural core was running fine. That's just weird. I want to ask Leva about it on your way back. Maybe she would know something about it. Yeah, it's all very strange. Like, they're not Nitos, but they're quote-unquote third-generation dolls. Like, what's going on? Yes. Leva's with Lena now. Apparently something came up on Leva's side, and the request for help came through Lena. The commander contacted them yesterday, but it was Lena who picked up, and she just told the commander to send you guys over as soon as possible. Send us over. Wakaya looks doubtfully at Dia, but after seeing that he seems clueless too, she decides to drop the question. Forget it. I'll contact her later, and I'll make sure to settle things with her too. Also, you managed to stop BLYATBALLS because you examined sextons, right? Yep, since they were both third-gen dolls, there was a high chance that their designs shared certain commonalities, so we tried to hack BLYATBALLS' neural cloud using the loopholes we discovered in sextons. Okay. Fortunately, she was so engrossed in pursuing you for that she didn't notice what we were doing. Then we discovered that scary switch inside her. Scared us half to death. It was pretty much a nuclear launch button. Yeah, I thought so. Blue Sphere, Mengi Security, and organization behind them. Their sins must be brought to light. I'm with you there, but what? You know that chip you were protecting? Well, there's a problem with it. What? Hey, relax. It's not completely broken. It's just the data on it is damaged, and it can't be read for the time being. What caused it? Turns out that Blue Sphere was being really cautious, even though she looked like she was spacing out. She managed to get one over you in the end. Did she do like a small EMP or something? Yeah, I called it. Remember that light from her when she triggered her self-destruction? It wasn't simply her burning her components out, but a powerful EMP. An EMP? Yeah, it's not like it's complicated tech, and pulling it off didn't need any special equipment. The problem is, at close range, it managed to degauss the chip and the recorder you were protecting. Can the information be recovered? Melly and I tried, but there's nothing we can do about it in the short term. Shit. That said, this isn't a field of specialty, so we can't completely rule it out yet. I'll contact friends of mine who are experts in this and see what they can do. Get some data recovery experts. Get it done ASAP. Alright, we left the chip and the recorder for the commander for the time being. Why did you give them to the commander? This is a request for 404. After thinking about the dangers hidden behind this mission, Klukai is reflexively attempting to exclude the commander for getting involved with them. Lena passed on the message when she contacted the commander yesterday. Oh yes, I think the commander said something about Colleen and making a call to her. She's already in the ops room. Do you want to go and see her? I've already loaded a map of the Alma into your local store. I'd love to see Colleen again. Alright. As I'm discussing 404's mission with Level, and it's linked to the Alma's previous encounters, I hear the door to the ops room slide open behind me. Unsurprisingly, the person standing at the door is Klukai. As I think about her previous somewhat awkward call, I quickly adopt a relaxed and casual attitude. So, all fixed up now? Looking good. I should have Dia help Mei-Ling look at the breakdowns on our side if he can spare the time. Provided you can afford to pay for a mechanic's expertise. Hopefully it won't be too high. I'm kind of broke right now. Hi. It's Shark's waifu. Leader Klukai. Ever since she became our field leader, it's been nothing but money from her. She sends me a long list of bills, fully itemized too, I might add, at the start of each month. I wouldn't mind being more relaxed about your finances, but fortunately my predecessor didn't leave a Fennec behind. What the hell's a Fennec? Wait, what? So you're blaming me for this? Who else could it be? According to the Lena's the one who's been contacting the commander recently. Have you been busy lately? You never mentioned it in our previous calls. What are you busy with? In short, I'm helping Kaylin look into that matter from before. The commander should know about it too. Basically, that little ruckus you all kicked off in OD01, Kaylin and the others are going all googly-eyed trying to sort things out. Unlike dear leader Klukai, who can gallivant all over the yellow zones as she pleases, we have lots of work to do. Gallivant? Do you even understand the meaning of that word? Listen, do you? I kind of like Klukai's attitude here. In comparison to the other dolls, she seems like she's the most independent. Like, literally, actually independent. Whereas the others are more slaves, as Dier put it. It's a nice contrast. I know what you want to ask me. You want to know if the third gen dolls, you want to know if the third gen dolls and what's happening on Kalen's side are related to 404's mission. Is that right? You want to know too, don't you, Commander? Yep. Well, I don't know. Smile fades from Lever's face on the projection monitor. We found some clues, yes, but we still don't know where the clues will lead. Our investigation isn't complete yet. And until we do verify that these clues are useful, Kalen asked me not to reveal anything over wireless transmissions. Cautious much? Don't worry, it's not because she's wary of you, Commander. But back to the point, let's go over what you discovered during this mission, Klukai. Now we're gonna get like a debrief of everything that happened. From what you and the Commander have learned, Paradis is definitely using the Unitakes to perform experiments linked to collapse radiation, and the place Klukai and Ellis visited was one of their test sites. What Blue Sphere was trying to activate at the end was the release mechanism that Paradis used to regulate the release of particles from collapsed crystals, a device which would allow them to control the radiation intensity within the area. And that's what I'm looking into. It's just a conjecture, but we can be sure that it's related to Paradis, Mega Security, and the Shesh Fabin that's backing them. Lever sends over some files. We need time to recover the data on the chip. You're too big a target now. Lever, our neural clouds have logs on our encounters of Blue Sphere and the Mega Security, as well as what we could read from the chip. What's the bet like they can't read it for some reason? But as you know, doll neural logs are not admissible as evidence in the court of law. Okay, I didn't know that. We learned something. There we go. We're building law. Huge. I didn't know that. I feel like it could be, though. Why wouldn't it be? It's just footage at the end of the day, isn't it? Whether it's laying charges on Chessbat or looking further into the organizations behind Paradis, will need the chip and the information on it. You can manipulate it? I suppose, yeah. There's nothing we can do now? Well, I guess you could bide your time. On the screen lever, it's constantly fiddling with the interface, so attention is clearly on other things. You got a new mission now, Klukai. 404 will be escorting the evidence and keeping it safe. Oh, don't make that face. I know, you're not happy with this outcome, Klukai, but 404's mission has always been to investigate Paradis' movements. So technically you haven't failed, right? In court, you're legally stabbed. Really? I know that. I don't need you to comfort me. Then what if the commander comforted you instead? Huh? What? Oh fine, I won't mess with you anymore. Both the Elmo and the 404 have been revealed to the unknown. Both the Elmo and the 404 have been revealed to the unknown mastermind behind all this. I'll do my best to erase all traces of the activities, but there's only so much I can do. I might be able to help a little in the green zones, but in the yellow zones where there isn't governmental oversight, well, be careful on the road to Lviv. Understood. Thank you for your hard work. Well, it's supposed to be a new mission, but you'll be on the Elmo, so life for you should be easy. 404 should just relax and treat it as a vacation and use this time to sort your neural clouds out. Anyway, that's all for now. Take good care of them for me, yeah, Commander? Don't worry. Lever's image vanishes from the projection monitor and the ops room falls silent. I struggle to find something to say that can break this awkward silence. Klukai and I haven't met in a long time, and her face looks downcast. She must have a lot to say. Both about the 10 years which have passed and everything which... Yeah, 10 years, right? Everything which just happened, but I don't know exactly where to begin. She stares hard at me and finally she sighs. You. Got a lot of dolls on your vehicle. Yeah. You know, Grozza, and there were others who joined after her. I'll introduce them to you later. Even after leaving Griffin's command, they're still as popular as ever. There, we're just making a living together. In the yellow zones, there's safety in numbers. Actually, since Kalen is my employer, does that mean 404 are my bosses by proxy? Yeah? So I'm your boss now, am I? That smile. Works for me. 404 will definitely be making the most of that. Alright, feel free to help yourself to the Almost facilities, boss. Go ahead and pick any room. Bro, I like this. Finally, a doll that's got more power than the commander. If you need anything, feel free to look mailing up and she'll order it for you, so don't hold back. Your loyal brief, registered bunny hunter is always at your... What? Your loyal brief, registered bunny hunter is always at your... What does that mean? And then get me a room so I can write up a mission report. But you've only just completed your mission, haven't you? Won't you get some rest? You think everyone's as slack as you? Shots fired! Oh yes, the boss is always right. Good luck, boss. Chicken is a bounty hunter. Anyway, the ops room should work for that. But isn't... should leave in the garage. They saying that they serve Kukai. Yeah, that's what I meant. No, because it's always the case where it's like humans have like that authority over dolls, but in this case, because Kukai is such a badass, she's the boss. Oh yes, help me keep an eye on the MBV while you're here. Okay. In the end, Kukai is the only one left in the ops room. She doesn't start working right away. Instead, she sighs and looks out the window. The yellow zone at night is no different from the countless other nights she's spent. Slowly, a greenish-grey mist spreads from the horizon, and she knows the dawn is coming. Operation Smoke Signal did not end in a satisfactory way. Those men who gave their lives to pass on their warning were ultimately buried in the land they sought to protect. In that place which was furthest from the sun, they gave their lives to illuminate the land. The choking sands followed their battle cry and the truth. The world cast out those broken soldiers, and the passage of time saw to it that they were forgotten. Such unfairness and injustice can be seen everywhere. Those soldiers who protected their land have even forgotten what their homes ought to look like. Kukai looks at the door the commander left through, and her thoughts turn inward. Of course she's happy to be reunited with the commander. Of course she's happy that her long years of reaching out have finally been answered. However, what awaits them both is deeper and graver danger. While she believes in herself, after what she's been through, she can't be entirely certain that she will not be swallowed up by the night. But at the very least, the dawn has come. At least she will no longer be wandering at that faraway Aphelion. In the distant horizon, the sun slowly rises. Bro. Hold on. I had to do it ages ago. It had to be done ages ago. But I think if now is not the time, when's a better time? I hope I don't get flagged for this. To our comrades, our fallen brothers. They gave their lives for not only their country, but for the world, humanity, and for the greater good. Salute to Dimitri, Larian, and the other fallen comrades. They gave their lives, and we will not forget this. The world gave them nothing, and in return, they gave the world everything. Slava Dimitri. Bro, such a solid Metal Gear Solid story. It's so good, bro. I'm telling you, the bar's so high. They're not gonna be able to top this. A moment later, a fragmented melody echoes through the ops room, bereft of the passion it once had. I will complete your mission. After all, I'm luckier than you, because there's no way the person I found would just sit back and hide in a hole. Of this, Kukai is certain. The bits and pieces of the tune gradually coalesce into an orderly melody, praising the ideals of old and longing for the home of today. But the sun is still here, and the land is still here. I hope the dreams in the song will leave this barren, empty land. I hope it will become the rays of daybreak that will cut through the darkness, shatter the endless night, and ignite the light of dawn. Okay, alright. He died doing what he loved, eating clankers. Yeah, bro, he shit on Kukai from the very beginning to the very end. He gave it one handshake and that was it. Not even a hug, nothing. I suggest you listen to the original music. I thought this was the original music. What do you mean? What's the original? Inside a simply furnished office, a middle-aged man in a suit is listening to Cocoon's... Ooh, hold on. Inside a simply... But this looks nice, by the way. This looks like White Zone. This is definitely White Zone. Or close to it. A middle-aged man in a suit is listening to the Cocoon's report on the situation. Seferu successfully triggered the EMP before the body was destroyed. The contents of the chip were destroyed, and all the members of the survey corps have been eliminated. What are the chances that the data can be recovered? Non-existent. This technology uses the latest developments from the Stewart Group and guarantees the complete elimination of all data within the target media. According to the last telemetry from Blue Sphere, she was attacked by someone other than Hyde 404 and the Survey Corps. The attacker's identity was unknown, but Sextus was among them, and she did not recognize Blue Sphere. Sexutans. Can you identify the attacker? There was nobody left by the time the cleanup forces arrived. Blue Sphere's body was gone too, and they couldn't find any usable leads. However, Blue Sphere's self-destruct was coupled to a neural cloud meltdown, and her access privileges were summarily terminated as well, so there is no chance information about us could be leaked. Considering Sexton's condition, it is highly likely that this unknown attacker might be related to the individuals who infiltrated the Paradise settlement at coordinates so-and-so. Find them as soon as possible. Understood. Also, I am quite interested in those dolls from 404. You and me both. Have you looked into them? Yes, of course. They are a small-scale armed group of dolls who manage themselves and typically accept commissions through email. Their clients range from ordinary underground brokers to major consortiums in the green and white zones, and some of their commissions even originate from the government. Their assignment this time is from the Nompa, and their stated objective was to investigate illegal PMCs in the region. They try and say that this was an accident. That's how it appears, at least. However, there are two dolls within Hyde 404 who have not taken part in field operations for a very long time now. Meanwhile, a certain non official looking into the activities of the Gerard Group has recently gained the bodyguard detail of 4 dolls, two of whom are registered with the same names as them. Cocoon recalls the doll who had once matched with wits against her. It would seem that her hasty handling of that data from before had indeed left the loophole which had been exploited. At the same time, the mysterious man realizes what she's hinting at. Carry on with your mission. Just before the middle-aged man is about to hang up, Cocoon stops him. Sir, if I may ask, how do you intend to dispose of Blue Sphere? Issue her a new frame. She will continue handling battlefield eliminations. Let's go! Sir, it seems you are being exceptionally lenient towards Blue Sphere. Nobody would be harsh on it all. Focus on your tasks. I will need you and your team to deliver results that will satisfy it. I will need you and your team to deliver results that will satisfy it, at least until the deadline. There has to be like some chief dude from Paradise. The middle-aged man raises his chin slightly. It seems he is displeased. Of course, sir. Have a good weekend. Transmission ends. Bro. What a chapter, man. It had it all, bro. The cliffhanger ending with the bad dudes. Oh. I think I've already like said what I need to say, basically. But yeah, this chapter, bro, this event, on point. Easily one of my most favorite best chapters so far, without a doubt. Like I said, I'm slightly disappointed because this level of quality, depth, and detail and storytelling, I don't know if we're gonna see it again for a long time. Why is it saying story 75%? Oh yeah, because it's these missions, I think. What a next level, dude. Next level. This is it. That's where it's at, though. That's the standard right there. It's got to be at that level or slightly better. That's the minimum I'll accept from now on. And I hope they didn't cave into like community pressures. No, we want more Iwi characters doing more Iwi things than being all Iwi. Where? It's 11 next story since and then level into bodyguarding someone. I love the variation of styles that's very much in this event. His story is gonna be Iwi. Oh man, bro. It's fine, like I'd rather have the cool characters have the cool stories and the like not so cool characters have like the Iwi stories. It's just gonna drain it. But we'll take it. We'll take it. We could have not had it at all, so I'll take it. Yeah, I get that. I get you need to have breaks in between, but I just don't like the bullshit breaks in between. Where it's just nonsense. Like, have your little, you know, Iwi stories and stuff, but at least have it add to the overall lore and the world and stuff, you know what I mean? When they just take the piss for like 4 hours, it's exhausting, bro. Like when I have to listen to Shakari yap for like 5 hours, I can barely contain my sanity. Oh, man, what's the jig here? What's going on here? Oh yeah, no, that was great. That was good as. 10 out of 10. And it's like I was really starving for that too. Since I started playing this game, I was really starving for it. And my god, what a meal. Wait, really?
ハンデはどうってことないわ。索敵するよ。
Bro, it's a brain of butter time. Oh, there was a switch there. I'm so dumb. Wait. I went the long way for nothing. 6 turns. Oh man, I'm not gonna make it. Nah. Hold on. Now I know what to do. I tried to salvage it at the end, but nah. Vic's event, Escape from Cyborg, seems worth looking forward to. Which event is that, bro? Is that the one that's in CN at the moment? Okay, okay. Oh no, I'm gonna be taking a little bit of a break from Girls Pro Online 2. And by break I mean like just purely doing I've done mostly everything there is to do anyways. The only thing I haven't done is the boss content, like the ice craft and the pineapple and stuff. But everything else is done. And aside from event stuff, there isn't much else to do really now. And we've just finished the story too. And I've been playing the game every day since it came out. So I'm gonna try organize. Well, I'm in the process of organizing a World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore playthrough. So once I have that going, I'll be doing that, and then whenever there's like an event or a story for Girls Pro Online 2, then we'll come back and stream it and do everything there is to do, etc. Bro, I've been doing it not even almost every day, literally every day since the game came out. I haven't missed a single day since it came out. And that's because I've been actually like pumping it. I've been loving it every second of it. But now it's like, it's been what, December, January, February, March, maybe now April. It's been like, yeah, almost 4 months. So I think it's fair to take a bit of a slight bit of a break. But only because not that I'm burning out, but it's like, it's just pace it a little bit, you know. There's no need to go head butt first in every day. You want to play? I do want to play Girls Pro Online 1. I'm waiting for the Steam version to come out. I want to at least check it out, you know what I mean? I know it's like very different and stuff, but I want to at least check it out when it comes out on Steam. Alright, see you, bro. It's a signal that I'm in charge for. It's a signal that I am in charge for a couple of days a week. What do you mean, Vibes? Signal for what? Oh, okay, yeah, I got what you're saying. Nah, I'll still be here, bro. I'll still be here and overlooking things. I just mean like streaming and gaming in general. I'll be playing. I won't be. Yeah, I'll be playing like other games. Like we still have to organize the top 100 attempt and everything, so there's still some stuff to do. I just won't be like full gas, is what I'm trying to say. Full throttle. Bro, what the hell is 30k damage? I just realized I did 30k damage with Macchiato. That's insane. Nice. But that's all done. 100%, 100%. Yep. And there honestly isn't much else to do. I've only got boss missions, but I kind of can't be. I did this off stream with like a different team in a different phase, and I still got slapped. So I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong. That's a quick crack. Should be okay with Kukai. And I've done the expansion drill of this, so
の成果ね。ハンデをあげる。喜んで。真理と喜んで。私が終わらせる。
Oh no, she's stunned. I need ulti with you. Guys and oh no.
どうってことないわ。交代するなら今のうちよ。どうってことないわ。交代するなら今のうちよ。どうってことないわ。喜んで。本当の玉。承知しました。私が終わらせる。楽勝よ。
Nice.
永劫なる国土との別れ。降臨せよ。
So what are the other ones like? Is it the same thing? I think if you don't score enough points in the previous ones, it gets buffed or something. I don't know how it works exactly.
治療装置準備完了。まだだよ。勝った？当たり前ですよ。
Oh, there's two at the last one? What the hell? Oh, jeez. I mean, I can probably still clean up with Quick Eye though.
勝率を上げるよ。こっちだよ。ちゃんと戦力配置を考えれば勝利への道は開かれる。一度試してみよう。負けちゃった私がいれば何も心配なし。
Let's see if it works the same way, because when I did it with the dice drop, it felt like it was buffed. Harder to kill.
勝 訓練の成果ね。ご命令を。訓練の成果ね。
They could kill him. Try it.
交代するなら今のうち
Okay,
よ。ど
good.
うってことないわ。
I got debated by the thingy.
交代するなら今のうちよ。どうってことないわ。訓練の成果ね。
An idea.
いつでもどうぞ。
Actually, it was a dumb idea, never mind.
いつでもどうぞ。作戦を遂行。お申し付けを。訓練の成果ね。ハンデを当てる。ご命令を。
Really?
かしこまりました、ご主人様。消去。私が終わらせる。いつでもどうぞ。ティータイムのお時間です。どうってことないわ。交代するなら今のうちよ。どうってことないわ。交代するなら今のうちよ。どうってことないわ。作戦を遂行。ポントゥスの玉水。作戦を遂行。私が終わらせる。
Or maybe it was just the other one then.
勝利した事実よりも皆さんが無事帰還できたことが何よりの喜びです。
I don't know how I'm gonna do the 2-part happens. Like, Click Eye's carrying the big time though. Such a good character. Like within each other's range, I can definitely do this. Okay.
危ないよ。
It's gonna do more damage to each other as well.
着席するよ。作戦完了っと。あ、戻らなきゃ。料理が冷めちゃう。
Okay, now for the last one. Phase. In each of the 3 phases, defeat at least 2 Filaments or Radiant. Well,
いっそ試してみよう。負けちゃった。私がいれば何も心配なし。
Okay, now either we're gonna get slapped. If there's no buff, from like doing the first two ones, then we should be fine, I think. Okay. Maybe Lotta might have been a good pick for this. Instead of Mechty. Wait, oh my god, what? Dude. Tokai first. Basically everyone. I'll go here. Can I get everyone? I can. Okay, that's what works out. Yeah, I think I might need... What the for this? Probably better, more value than the Nemesis. Get a double guarantee ultis. Oh, I can bring Cheetah for enhanced damage, which will probably give me the edge. Well, I think the thing with these guys is if you keep their minions in control, relatively fine. I like. I'm bastard over here. Good enough. Oh no! You're on the way, you goober.
訓練の成果ね。了解。今度は今だ。準備万端。訓練の成果ね。
Oh my god, stuffed up again. Oh no. Okay, we're good.
交代するなら今のうちよ。どうってことないわ。交代するなら今のうちよ。どうってことないわ。いつでもどうぞ。
Hi, hi. Hey, Rip. Yeah, it's so satisfying.
大掃除の時間です。
I don't know where I'd be without her now. It's like I can't imagine the game without Kukai now.
立ってろ。喜んで。作戦を遂行。
Two pineapples is a little bit screwy though.
了解。お申し付けを。
Hmm.
了解。 今度は今だ。準備万端。訓練の成果ね。
The ult is almost up already, actually. Can I get a support
シ
from
ートは
someone?
必須よ。承知しました。私が終わらせる。どうってことないわ。お申し付けを。かしこまりました。ご主人様。どうってことないわ。
Is it everyone? Missing this dude. I might die from whatchamacallit? Redditch. Here's on my cover. Yeah, okay, that worked out. Looking pretty good. Oh shit. Nice ulti.
いつでもどうぞ。ティータイムのお時間です。
Okay, we got Kukai ulti up, which is good. But the positioning is very awkward. Kaizen. I think it's smart to focus one down and then focus the other. That way you don't have to deal with it both for long. Oh, I mean, if I could like get her over here. Sorry, hold on. And Let's get this guy down first. Double ulti. It's so broken. Gonna go this way maybe. Hell yeah. Oh wait. Miss out on one. Fine. You have to finish off this guy. Nice. Massive. Can you get these two? Greatest. Let's go for these guys. Oh, she took way too much damage. She died, no. I don't think I can do this vertical guy. Nah, I'll put her too close, I think. We're going on someone else, you rat. Okay, it's getting really close now. You have ulti? Nah, not even close. I'll take it. He loses stability damage each time he gets a hit as well. Kinda cray cray. You're a bit useless now, but I need you to kind of tank it. Very close, man. It's super tank. Bro, if I can just survive for like another ulti or something. No, you can't be too close to this thing. Stay there, dude. God damn it. Jesus Christ, what the shit? Oh, they're still alive. What the hell? Okay. Okay. To do one of these. As good as it's gonna get, I think. I can't pump into you anyways. Oh, you got ulti? Okay, nice. Ah, okay. That would explain it. I can kill it, it's just I'm struggling on the survivability side. Maybe if I had Salami. Doing a lot of damage. Poison spreading. Okay, hold on. Come on, Santarisi, I need ulti, man. You gotta keep your distance from this guy. I don't want to bring you in closer, but I don't want to die for it. You don't even have your thing up. I'm gonna use... I think I don't need Lotta here, yeah. Yeah, that works out better. It's so killable, dude. And I'm out of rewinds too. I kinda wanna go in Sudoku mode. I'm not in cover. I've got nice stability anyways, so I don't think it matters. I really need to survive one more turn. One more turn, if I survive we win. Straight up. And Lotta's not good towards the end. I want to bring you here, but she's gonna die. Do we sacrifice Lotta? Do I need to sacrifice Lotta? So here we go. Macchiato has to survive. Shit. Okay, we got this. Easy clap. Let's try to get you last. Push up. So we'll go full kamikaze mode. Not that I need to. Wait, why did I do that? I'm so dumb. I should have just gone for the porcupine. Why am I like this? And I've got no rewinds left. Fine, it's fine. Oh, come on.
いつでもどうぞ。作戦を遂行。
One ulti from Centurici and it's over. We got this for sure.
承知しました。私が終わらせる。
Huge. Oof.
楽勝よ。
Hey, that was much easier than the freaking dice graph. I don't know why the dice graph one is so difficult. If in each of the 3 phases, defeat at least 2. What do you mean? At least 2. What do you mean? What is a fatty tumor? I thought that was the fatty tumor. In each of the 3 phases. Ah, that means you need 3 teams for this, I think. Alright. Try this guy, I'm gonna try this guy. Last road you need to defeat 3 waves of summons in each boss fight. Last reward you need to defeat 3 waves of summons. Does that mean I need 3 teams or is it 1 at a time? Hey, it looks. Hey, this is I've never done this before. What the hell? Very different. Cool map. I don't think I've ever fought this boss before, like ever. Please note all the pass unbreakable attack and grants challenge points. Okay.
進歩は必須よ。立ってろ。どうってことないわ。作戦を遂行。真理とどうってことないわ。
I've never done this before.
現実を知りなさい。作戦を遂行。
Yeah, I think so too, bro. A complete first time for me.
いつでもどうぞ。
I'll just check it out. We're gonna have to try and finish it today. Get an idea.
作戦を遂行。
Earn challenges by defeating the boss.
隙あり。
Oh, so it's not like a direct boss fight or something?
隙あり。
Oh shit. I might need a tank for this. And I think Cool Guy's a bit useless here. Do we just fight? I think this round is like this thing and the next round is the...
作戦を遂行。消去。重しつけを。 後ろはお待ちください。いつでもどうぞ。どうってことないわ。
can I drive up into the... Wait. I can't even use the ulti on the thing. No, yeah, Cool Guy is useless for this.
訓練の成果ね。現実を知りなさい。
Crazy damage there.
喜んで。私が終わらせる。
His is completely new. Or different.
隙あり。
I think I can get the points though. Launching nukes at me. Oh, this guy's alive.
訓練
I
の成果
found someone for you to kill.
交代する今のうちよ。どうってことないわ。いつでもどうぞ。訓練の成果ね。作戦を遂行。
If I move, is he gonna hit me? No, yeah.
ティータイムのお時間です。
I Ooh.
作戦を遂行。私が終わらせる。
Okay.
404を敵に回したのが
So
運
did
の
I
不
win
よ。
for that one? Was that it for that one? Now do we fight like the Mechty? No, we just fight. We still fight these things. What's that big pillar thing I saw? It looked like another tank. Maybe it was just a defense turret or something. Oh yeah, this thing. Krasnaya Aurora. At the end of the enemy turn, if there are any, this is not instability break. Okay. When the ship Krasnaya deals once. Doesn't fix any potential of their max HP to allies. That's a lot of reading, bro. Earn challenge points by defeating chassis destruction alert. Bro, it's like a fortress, man. Latara, you got this. Level 1 Latara, you got this. I believe in you. Okay, we get the rewards though. So it's reach 99k points and reach. Okay, so essentially just have to reach the points for this one. So it's probably not so bad. This one I couldn't. I don't know why Dice Strike was so hard in the other phases. I just couldn't get it done. I think it carries over if you don't do enough damage from the other phases. Okay, so Klukai is, I think, utterly not good for this, so I might bring Sabrina. As tank. So we're just gonna get the points for this one. There's any other fancy side missions like the others? Or the plant one anyways. Hit cover though. I might put Macchiato here. Or here, I don't know. Krasnaya. Go here. Go here. Who do we go for? I think Mr. Krasnaya. Can you go for either or maybe? Getting points, so just focus that one. Oh jeez. side seems like a bad idea.
進歩は必須よ。いつでもどうぞ。後ろはお任せください。お申し付けを。さて。喜んで。さて。ふっ。ふっ。進歩は必須よ。
Yeah, man. Like it's a bit more involved. I'm kind of just trying to cheese it without using brain cells. But yeah, I might have to look at a guide or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. I'm halfway. If I can survive long enough. Oh jeez. Okay.
お申し付けを。ティータイムのお時間です。索敵するよ。作戦を遂行。索敵するよ。承知しました。私が終わらせる。
70k. Oh my god. Bro, I'm getting shit on.
作戦を遂行。
Are the attacks predetermined? Wait. Can't even click it. Oh no, you can. Okay, so you can kind of position yourself accordingly. That's too big brain right now.
いつでもどうぞ。喜んで。私が終わらせる。
Oh, do I just make it? Oh no, my case short. Bro. I'm so close to... If I actually figured out what I'm supposed to do, I can easily make it. Nah, she's dead for sure.
まだ終わってない。
Get on.
作戦完了っと。
Yeah, we can do it. It's just
戻らなきゃ料理が冷め。
requires a bit of strategy. Do these missions reset ever? Or is it just the one time you do it? Yeah, they have like the predetermined spots, so kind of play around it. I think you just got to keep moving and avoid the abilities. That's the idea. That's the feeling I'm getting. This challenge in particular. So far, as in like CN. Yep, I think it's kind of like I'm not sure if anyone's played like Crash Bash on PlayStation 1. We have like the mini game modes. We gotta like keep moving and stuff as the projectiles come. I reckon it's like that. No, I'm good. I don't know. I don't follow. Oh, okay. Doesn't seem like it will. Maybe once a year or something. Yeah, those stuff I couldn't do at all. Second and third phase are just too hard. I don't know, they just got super tanky. There's some actually good lore here as well, but a lot of reading. It's like more on your own time kind of thing, I think. Oh lol. No guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Like I said, we'll be taking a slight break from Kills Frontline. There isn't much else to do. Like in the event, basically finished everything. Maybe we'll come back to Frontline Survivors actually. But aside from major story events and event modes and gameplay events, we'll be going on just a slight bit of a break. In the meantime, I'm going to be setting up the World of Warcraft Hardcore Classic. So the next few streams will be that, starting a journey on that. And then, like I said, when there's like events and stuff to do actually in the game, we'll come back to Girls Frontline 2 in between. Hope you guys had fun. I'll see you on the next stream, hopefully. Take care. Peace.